Welcome to Charter Communications Local Edition. I'm Mark Staples, the host, and we are coming to you from the fan window in the state capitol in Helena on the third day of the 2015 Montana legislative session. And my guest for this segment is the Honorable House Majority Leader, Keith Regier from Kalispell. Keith, thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yep, and congratulations.
Thank you.
On
Appreciate
your majority leader status. That's a big job. What's it entail?
Keeping the caucus together and working on the Republican agenda and working on getting things done for the state of Montana.
Give me in a quick synopsis the Republican agenda you speak of.
Republican agenda, we want to work on jobs, improving the economy, look at health care, how we can improve health care for people, improve individual freedoms, education, putting students and parents first in their education in the state.
And how do you see the prospects for the agenda?
Well, it's early.
Yes.
I mean, we're
the honeymoon is still on.
It's still on.
All right.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of good ideas from various legislators and trying to move legislation forward in those areas.
Well, majority leader speaks for itself. So you're in the majority, but you still need to get past.
We do.
You need some D's on these bills to get them past the D who sits on the second floor and either signs them or vetoes them.
Well, we would, yeah. And we're looking forward to working with him. The door's open to come and work with us for the good of the state, always.
Yeah. Well, I know that you're all fairly optimistic at this point. You're from the Flathead.
Correct.
You've been here how many terms?
This is my fourth term.
And now you're in leadership. So do you think you have the broad view enough? You have to do two things. You have to move the whole agenda forward as the majority leader, but you're still representing your constituents from the Flathead. Tell me the number one issue out of the Flathead.
Number one issue out of the Flathead would have to be the economy and jobs. We've had a lot of people that have gone and gotten jobs in the Bakken and drive back and forth with jobs there, and we'd like to see more timber industry jobs and the economy of the state and the Northwest improve so that those people can stay home.
And what initiatives would you undertake to accomplish that?
Well, looking at promoting natural resources. I mean, we got a lot of timber, and the transfer of public lands has a lot of good things about it that maybe the state could take over the management of the national forests, and we could start logging a little more and clean up the forests, make them healthier, and create jobs that way.
What about this compact that everybody's talking about, particularly in the Flathead?
Right. Salish-Kootenai Compact is a big thing.
Give me just a brief. I know it's a very complex issue, but a snapshot of it.
Well, there are a lot of facets to it. Last session, the Salish-Kootenai Compact was heard in House Judiciary, and it was tabled in House Judiciary, and it did not make it through the session. They tweaked it a little bit between the interim, and they're going to be bringing it back again. Proponents for that compact say that it'll bring certainty and that it will stop lawsuits or the tribe
if
from
it doesn't
putting a lot
pass,
of
there'll
claims.
be 10,000 lawsuits statewide.
That's what it said. Yeah, and I would agree it will bring certainty, but is it the kind of certainty that we want? You got to get back to the Compact Commission itself. Was set up, I believe, in the late 1970s to deal with water adjudication on federal lands. That would be the Indian tribes as well as national forests and Glacier Park. And 6 of the tribes have had their water rights adjudicated already. The Salish-Kootenai is the last one. And in the charge for the Compact Commission, they are to, and if you can go to the DNRC website and you can pull up their page and what they're supposed to do, and they're required to determine what the purpose of the reservation is and then quantify how much water is needed for that purpose. And if you go to the other Indian tribe compacts that have passed, they did that. But on the Salish-Kootenai Compact, I can't get a definitive definition of what the purpose of the reservation is and how much water is needed for that purpose.
Are there ongoing negotiations, or are the sides pretty much
Well,
where they're at?
negotiations, I believe, are done, and the compact commission
I meant up here.
up here.
Yes.
Well, the compacts, I mean, you can't really tweak them
Oh,
much
this
because
is
a
yay or nay.
negotiate. It's a yay or nay thing, and it is a forever document. You say yes on it, you can't bring it back 2 years from now and say we want to fix this part of it. So you got to be careful with that.
Even that, any one of
Yeah.
these subjects we could go all night.
Oh yeah,
Sage grouse.
sage grouse. Yeah, it's a big one.
Now, is there any application for northwestern Montana? Or I know it's in eastern Montana. It's big, but
It's big. No, as far as I know, sage grouse not in northwestern Montana, but we're all in this state together.
Right.
And you know,
And it
oil
sets some
and gas.
precedents.
Sure, it does. With oil and gas, you know, the revenue that comes from that, if they get restricted in where they can drill, it'll create problems.
how about the infrastructure bill? And we're going to have to wrap up here in a minute. These are pretty short interviews.
Well,
but
that's okay.
The infrastructure is going to be a major deal. Let's just rip right through them. Infrastructure, bonding versus cash for the statewide infrastructure improvements, or a blend.
Well,
Spend cash that you have, bond because the interest rates are so low, or a blend, or none of the above.
well, Republicans resist bonding,
Yeah.
which accrues debt for in the future. And I'd like to point out that we have a healthy ending fund balance. We have a balanced budget. And I think a main reason for that is we haven't bonded a lot in the past. You accrue that debt and it's bonding. It's bondage, probably.
Let me ask you, because we've run out of time, but I want you to summarize. You're driving away from the Capitol 90 days from now. The session's over. What do you hope your state of mind is and what has been accomplished?
Well, I hope it'd be positive in what we have done for the people of this state. Last November, the people spoke really loud, statewide, nationwide, that the direction the country was going with the president, we need to stop that and go in a different direction. I hope that we can get the taxpayers some permanent tax relief, that we've helped businesses, that they can grow jobs and the economy for people.
Well, Keith, I want to thank you for stopping by. I know you're very busy, particularly with your new role. You were always busy. Now you're really busy.
Yeah,
and
thank
so
you.
we appreciate the time. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great session.
Thank you.
Thanks, Keith.